Hello everyone, myself Dr. Bushra Alvera. I am Assistant Professor in Department of Education B.Ed Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University Lucknow. This lecture is basically for students of B.Ed first semester, those who have opted biological sciences as a teaching subject. In our previous classes, we discussed about the aims and objectives of teaching biological sciences in the class. After that, we discuss about the various methods of teaching biological sciences in classroom. Now, I'm going to continue my previous lecture that was based on lecture method. In this lecture, we will discuss about the merits and demerits of teaching through lecture method and other relevant content related to the lecture method. In previous classes, we discussed lecture method is one of the ancient method of teaching in classroom setting because of absence of printing press and availability of information easily. There are so many merits and demerits of lecture method. First, we will discuss about the merits. The chief merits of using lecture method as a teaching method is useful from economic point of view. The method acquires comparatively less expenditure and it is so economical. It is because of basically two reasons. This method does not require any specific material or tools. The teacher can teach a large number of students at the same time under this method. It is also very useful in reference to the time. In this case, we can address a large gathering or masses through using this method. So it is time saving also, and time saving because we can use this method at mass level and other point is curriculum is finished on due time also. Easier to and it is very convenient also. This method is easy and more convenient for teacher as well as the students. For teacher, the teacher has not to make much preparation for this method. He has not to demonstrate experiments and he has not to understand the student psychologically also. Thus, teacher has not to arouse the interest of the student towards the subject matter. The teacher can teach confidently without having done any special endeavor. For a student point of view, it is also very helpful. Students are relieved from the burden of experimentation by this method, and all type of knowledge related to the examination is imparted through this method through lectures only. It is very useful also. This method is the best for factual knowledge and historical analysis and free from disturbance also. This method can be used to establish logical sequence and logical sequence of the subject very easily because lessons are pre-planned, so there is least possibility of disturbance in this. It is also very satisfactory and it is easy, short, rapid method. The teachers and the students have to make no special effort. The teacher feels secure and satisfied because the teaching work is carried out within a limited time. Rapidity is also a very important characteristic. Under this method, there is no planned activity on behalf of students. Thus, the teacher has not to demonstrate anything addition to the lecture. Thus, no time is wasted and the method works very well. Simple and extensive. This method is simple and extensive. The teacher presents the whole content in a logical way before the student, which can be assimilated by the student with the very minimal effort. Simple, it is very common also common effect. Several students can be imparted knowledge of student matter at the same time. Favorable subject matter. With the little foresight and amendment in method, the class students can be given subject matter according to their level. For example, the interest of the student can be increased by telling interesting incidences from life of scientists and inventors also. It is a very successful method also. The success of lecture method can be increased by question answer method and discussion also. It enables evaluation of different level of students about their acquired knowledge in limited time itself. Now come to the demerits of the lecture method. There are certain demerits also. First demerit is non-psychological, because in present scenario we focused on the psychological basis of teaching learning method, but it is not psychologically profound, because this method doesn't pay attention on principles of psychology. It is insufficient also. This method is memory centered. No effort is made in it for the development of observation power of the student. The experimental and application tasks are neglected here. Unprogressive. This method does not assign any development or critical attitude or training in scientific method in the student, because encouragement for power of rethinking, discovery and invention is not given. Improper development of mental facilities. Under this method, students taken for granted whatever teacher says. They get no opportunity to reason or think. Consequently, there is no opportunity to develop mental faculties. This method lays emphasis on listening and repeating the things told. Contrary to main objective of science teaching, this method cannot be used to produce scientific attitude in the student. They are not trained in problem solving and thinking in scientific way. So in place of fulfilling objectives, it proves to be impedant in way of realizing the objectives. Lack of practical knowledge. This method has two shortcomings. No place is given to direct experiences and experiment related to the particular subject matter. Second is maxims of teaching, that is learning by doing, is totally neglected here. Lack of standard variation. Under this method, it is not possible to classify the content according to the difference in interest and level of student. All students are imparted the education of same level. Lack of coordination is also a very important demerit. More importance to the style than subject. In order to display his abilities, sometimes teacher takes help of hi-fi or idiotic method or languages, such as his style are more profound than his knowledge of subject, facing difficulty in grasping the subject. Through this method, many students feels it is not a good method for delivering lecture related to biological sciences. So here we have discussed various merits and demerits of teaching biological sciences through lecture method, and although there are so many demerits of lecture method, but this method is still very useful because it has very it requires very little amount of energy, or it saves time also. So thank you so much, and this topic ended here.